live when they hit my sound. Fucked up when they hit me down. Roll up when I hit my sound. Do this freestyle on this opening interlude, man. That was good.
Oh. You know what?
What happened?
I just
Were you not recording?
I just realized. No, we were recording, but I'm glad I fucking caught this right now. Whoops.
See, I'm getting the real behind the scenes, straight from scratch take. Whoever's in my live, I ain't popular on.
I didn't have the board running the audio. Yeah, here we go.
Since you got to buy all your followers on IG now.
All right.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. I, of course, am Ryan D.
Yeah, and I am Steve Rogers.
That's right. And then, Steve, do you want to give our special guest an introduction?
Our special guest is Sleepy Trees, old friend. We've known each other for a long time, doing everything real big.
Yes, it is.
Kloud Pusherz Media, Kloud Pusherz Clothing, directing music videos, getting the recognition and clout he deserves. I'm glad to have you on stage. We haven't seen each other in a couple of years too. It's been a bit.
Yeah, it picks up where it left off, though.
Yeah.
Beautiful reunion. Welcome, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. For sure.
Absolutely. So welcome. We were talking a little bit about your origin story right before we started.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a long one.
It's a long one. So I know. We were just talking about how you do so many different things. So like right now you do multimedia, you do music, and you have a clothing line.
Yeah. So been doing music forever. I mean, I guess that's how it started. Back junior year, whatever, in high school, we started making music and it started getting popular. And we started doing things in our city, but unfortunately, we had to move out to do bigger things from where I'm from Merced, California. That's where I'm from. Shout out to 209. But yeah, man, I decided to move out to West Covina down here by LA so I can pursue that. And that's where I met Rogers, really. I was at my apartment looking for some tree, and I ran to my boy Flesh. Shout out to Flesh, man, one of my OG homies out here, one of my first friends out here.
Yeah, I actually saw him just a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So through them, I got to meet some people, the right people in West Covina, right people in the city to get my name out here and roll with some cool cats from the city, man. And that's how I got out here to LA. So the music, started chasing that. And doing shows like Characters in Pomona.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah, met my boy G through Flood and moved into his house after a while.
Wait, so who's G?
So my boy G Dollar, man. If you don't know, go check out my boy G Dollar. You'll soon find out that his name rings bells, man. That's my boy, my brother, man. Follow him at G Dollar, man. Bring his little tag up right here and you'll see who he is. But he does music and he's respected in our city, for doing what he does. And he liked me and my music, man. So he invited me to come live with them so I could engineer his mixtapes. And that's how that happened. And, G, he has a name, man. And fortunately, he got us into some big shows. We went from the Characters to the Airliner in LA. Yeah. Started doing shows at the Airliner. People copied tickets, came to see us and, really did what we were doing.
Yeah. And see, the thing is, you brought up earlier about meeting the right people.
Right.
Getting the right ones in your corner. Because one of the things that me and Ryan talk about all the time on this podcast is there are a lot of people who are just like, why people and why not people?
Right.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to do this. Like, why are you trying to do that? Why are you trying to do this? And it's great when you start meeting those people like, why not? Like, yo, I'm trying to do this music. Yo, why not? Me too. Like, like, let's go. Let's push it.
And it's all, it's all energy too, because you meet people like that all the time, but not every time it's let's do it.
No.
It's when you meet that person, it's like, man, I did what you're saying. I feel your vibe. we both on the same wavelength. We're both on the same level. Let's do it, man.
Yeah,
like, I see me doing something with you, and we can make this something into where people are gonna really
the support as well from people around you.
Yeah, because like when we did our first shows, you know, Rogers we met through Flood, and like I would come over what they called the K, man.
The garage.
The garage. It's a garage, and all the homies used to go kick it there. And these are people who grew up when they were kids, man. And I'm coming from one of their friends who introduced me as, hey, this guy's from up north of California. And, you know, his name's CBG, does music, and he rocks with us. So, you know, being able to rock with them, and they really fucked with my music and supported me. So they came to the shows, you know, and they would come turn out for us. And the support system was lovely, man. Everybody came out. Everybody would support, buy tickets, show up to the shows. And it was all genuine. And
it takes a village, you know?
Yeah, it really does.
Because that's one of the things we were talking about before off air, and if I run out, you have walked down, you were telling me about, you're doing the shows of characters and sort of like short game and things like that. And I think, especially now with our time, the time that we live in, like, you don't have to wait for someone to tell you, hey, I want you to do this for me. You can just do it yourself. You wanted to rap and be on stage.
I mean, Characters was the first place where we're like, hey, let's get our music on stage. Let's find somewhere to go perform.
Not waiting around.
Exactly. Where people wanted to hear more music. Exactly. And shout out to my boy L, who should be here.
That's what
all gas, no brakes. But yeah, man, I was making music with L. G was making music with L and me, and we were really moving as a unit tour. So we were doing group music a lot and getting these big waves of fans that, you know, L had a support system, I had a support system, G had a support system, and everybody coming together to support all everyone's music, everybody's pursuit.
Yeah.
And that's how the crowd got bigger, you know, and like we would come to Characters after the third, fourth week and notice, hey man, there's a lot of people coming. And we decided to ask Characters, let's make this a staple and just give us a percentage of the door, or, you know, but things didn't work out. And you know, I don't like to bash anybody because everything happens for a reason.
Okay.
But
Very true.
No, it's sad because like these venues don't realize like that you're the one, you know, you're the important one. You're the one bringing all these people in. And it's like, why do they feel the need to like get so greedy? You know what I mean? You know,
if you know Rogers and you know our boys, like they were not cheap at the bar.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
So they were,
I know, like, you know, well, like you were saying, is like I've run shows for the past like 10 years, you know, so like I've been doing shit like that and running a bar cat. So like after a while, I'm like, here's what it is, and it's like take it or leave it. If you guys short me, like I'm out. You know, like I'm doing this for you.
Right.
So, people are here because
it's like treat others how you want to be treated, right?
But it's like I know what I'm doing. If you guys want to fuck off, like that's on you. You know.
And I think they felt it when we left. I mean, I know they did.
Oh, absolutely.
But, they always do.
Out of all the bars down there in downtown Pomona, who was really just going to Characters?
And in the middle
of the week, fucking nobody.
Yeah, we were really showing out. I mean, you can check the videos out. If you guys ever go on my Instagram and scroll deep down enough, you guys will see it all.
Yeah.
But it was fun, man. We would go up there, tear up the mic. L would come out, Tor would come out, and the whole K would come out. Flood, Pete, you know, John, everybody, Rogers.
Just go support and have a good time.
And it'll be good. And then the airliner, like I said, happened, and then that's where we started taking off. And then from the airliner, we did shows with like Bazaar.
Yeah.
And then started getting more recognition, and then G got us into, you know, bigger clubs like Belasco Theater. And our music did too. You know, we were a good group, and we started getting bigger shows. So started really progressing.
So then, where did the media aspect come in for you?
Well,
you're directing music videos.
Yeah. So me and G were making music, and I did a song with Neff the Pharaoh. I made a song with Neff the Pharaoh, big time man. He has a couple big hits. I don't know if you guys look him up, you'll see who he is, but. It's pretty big in the Bay Area and where I'm from, and I was able to do a feature with them. And J-Han is a friend of G's, and he manages Bohemia, who's the creator of Desi Hip Hop. And he would come to the studios and notice me working in the back in my studio, sweating back there, just always engineering. And he saw that song I did with Neff the Pharaoh and was like, "Yo, you need a real video, bro. Like that's a big hit." And it was, and I knew the seriousness of it, so I was like, "Okay, let's work." So we started making videos together. You know, I was giving them the proper resources to shoot videos for me.
Yeah.
And we made that happen. And he shot Neff the Pharaoh's video, California Hyphy, and it hit. It gave me a lot of recognition, gave me a lot of pull. And we use that as a group to like use it like not just for me, but we did this, y'all. Like, this is not just my song with Neff the Pharaoh. This is our song with Neff the Pharaoh. So let's get to the next spot. You know? So and it worked. You know, we got into clubs and it was cool, man. And then we did songs with Compton AV and J-Han kind of showed me the ropes. I made an investment with them to do my videos, and he turned into a brother, man. He turned into somebody who kind of wanted me around, and I kind of noticed how he was, moving. Like, he was a good person to learn from, really. Like,
because you learned everything off the fly.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
so
you never
being around my music video shoots on that level kind of gave me a open eye on how it's done, the process, everything. And I was cool with the cameraman who would give me pointers. And at the end of the day, the music career was fun, and I turned 30, I turned 30 and I did it for years and I had to run with it and I loved it. But, I was like, it's time to step up into other things, started to expand my mind. And I love creating. And, I believe in God, and I believe that he gave me a gift to create. And I might have thought it was music the whole time, but it ended up like, okay, I love creating. So I started doing visuals. And I started on a phone with a stabilizer for one of my DJs, Kiss and Tell. And one of his cameramen bailed on him. And I was like, let me get a stabilizer. And I ran with my phone. And we shot a dope video with my phone, man. Just knowing how to get pieces together and being around it so much.
And I will say, like, for not like putting it down in any way, music videos, because those are film.
Oh yeah,
I'm a film guy. But especially just using your phone, these are powerful cameras, and they have enough apps on there that you can do that.
It was on an S8 Plus.
And you don't have to worry about sound.
Right,
because it's a music video.
Exactly.
Because if you're saying
these phones are incredible.
Yeah, that's why I talk about like when we try to do like independent things. I'm like, we need a fucking sound guy, and like, no, it'd be fine. Like, you don't understand like how important sound is.
Yeah, it really
and
is.
So music video like that
means a lot to the
But even like with you doing the music video, just starting off on your phone and not needing that sound guy or needing the sound because you're just gonna play the music over when you cut everything together. It's just people. You have no excuse not to just do it.
Yeah,
no excuse.
And then Kloud Pusherz. Let me bring it back to that. Like, my boy Nick, my brother, we grew up together. He woke up one day and with his roommate Chris, who was another brother. Like, we all came from Merced. Like, mind you, I have my circle out here from when we were in high school. We came out here and we're doing it.
Yeah.
And they woke up today one morning and Nick goes, I want to start a label. CB has a media thing going. I got so many ideas. The music's cracking. Our producer's living with us now.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So he named it Kloud Pusherz with the K ends with the Z. And it's something that we've always kept our, heads in the cloud, shoot for the stars, land on a cloud type of approach to life,
and weed. Let's be real.
Is it
weed?
Yeah.
Are you still working with the same people that you pretty much started with?
So we started
the business. Cool, man.
It's me, Kizo Hit That, our producer, MB Mac, who's the founder of it, my boy Kizo, Chris. He's also owner of it, and Frankie Bangs. We do a lot, man. The car rentals, the penthouse luxury rentals, the clothing line, our beanies, our bags. We really put all our resources and all our creativity together.
So let me ask you something in terms of you're bringing up the car rentals and that. Do you guys still, like, if you're just shooting anything like out in the street, are you guys still getting permits, or are you guys going like guerrilla style?
Well, guerrilla style. I'm not going to sit here in front, but the places
ain't nothing wrong with it.
The places we do shoot, I'm fortunate enough to have enough connections to be able to shoot at places you would think you would need a permit.
Yeah, no, listen, the things I've shot, like, we're in a bar, and it's a bar I go to, and I'm cool with the bartender.
I fly my drone straight through the city. I'm flying my drone through places you're not supposed to.
Yeah, just bring it down real quick and move and get out of there.
I'm not going to sit here and incriminate myself, but, I'm not scared to get the shot.
What? You're not going to get arrested for it. They'll just give you a ticket. But, like, fly that drone and get the fuck out.
Right, I've yet to get the ticket. And, these drones, too, they're smart. They put up a geofence, and if you can't go up, you just can't go up.
Yeah.
So
because we did a pilot for a beer travel show we were supposed to do. We got a guy who did some drone shots for us, and he was in downtown LA. And they're all quick. We cut them together, look great, but they're all quick, like just up real quick,
quick and down,
and then just like go through and then like down. Like, we'll make it look legit. So I no bad feelings about shooting anything guerrilla and not paying for permits.
There's levels to it, and I know one day. I quit my job 2 months ago. I gave it my all, and that's been a very successful decision in my life.
Yeah,
that's great, man.
And it's all on me now. So every day I'm waking up to make sure that I'm successful and getting to it. But there's so many dynamics to it with the clothing and the media. It's hard to put my story in a quick summary.
Yeah.
So, like right now, Kloud Pusherz, I'm making my music with my boys. I'm making music. I'm not doing it solo.
You got a team behind you.
Pusherz music. With the team, it's stronger. With my producer helping us out, it's just been a great music.
Yeah.
And here's the problem. Check out the videos on YouTube. Just type in Kloud Pusherz.
Especially coming up with your friends and you guys stuck together and you guys are doing this and you have this common goal. How amazing that is, because we've done shoots with people where it's just, especially people if they know their role as well, not anything demeaning, but it's just like, this is your job, this is what you're doing. It's just as important. Just because you're not director doesn't mean you're any less.
Exactly.
You know, but it's the people who don't know that just try to take over.
You know, they say it's hard to run a business with 5 other people, and not that it isn't challenging, but me and my brothers
especially if you're friends too.
Right?
You know, like,
but we are close enough friends to consider each other brothers, so we hash it out. We hash it out and get it out the way. You know, and it's on to the next progressive thing. We did the Cannabis Cup in San Bernardino last year. We went to Denver.
What were you guys shooting out in Denver?
We networked with Dro. It's a cannabis company, so we networked with him and we went out there, and it's been just a networking process. Like I said, the story is amazing, and you know, it's all about what your vision of your dream is. I feel like we're living our dream now. Like we have spots at penthouses in a luxury apartment living, and you know, it's a long place from where we came from, and we did it on our own. So
on your own, that's the most important thing, you know.
So even though, you know, we're still stepping up, you know, it's never, you get to one level and you strive to get to the next.
Pushing yourself, that's
you
know,
that's
never being satisfied.
Yeah, that's the blessing and burden of being an artist, really. So,
doing anything creative.
Doing anything, you're never, well, first of all, you're never happy.
Right. So see, talk to me.
Right. Like I'm like, I'll never be happy with anything I do. You know,
and I think it's just to strive to always be better. Because right now I'm shooting on a Sony A6600.
And
it's
dope
an
camera.
Amazing camera.
Mirrorless.
But you know, one day I know I'm gonna want to shoot on a Red. And one day I'm gonna have Adobe Premiere or DaVinci on the biggest Mac Pro you can buy. You know, it's gonna get there. You know, but right now, I have what I needed to provide amazing content.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
And you don't need, you know, there's levels to it, but you're creating. It's not the glove, it's the player.
Yeah, you don't need the Red camera to create something.
I mean,
it would be amazing.
All this gear,
but them things are too goddamn expensive.
Yeah,
dude,
like
camera.
I've had friends in the industry honestly ask me, "Hey, bro, did you shoot that on a Red?" No, bro, I shot this.
That's another thing too, because like there's a lot of motherfuckers who get like expensive gear and
don't know how to use it.
Don't know how to shoot.
Yeah, it is a good glamour factor to show up with all that big stuff.
If you have a Red and you know how to shoot and you know it's gonna look amazing because it's on a Red, but if you can't shoot on a fucking Sony A6,
then what makes you think
you having a Red is not gonna make it any better? You know, it's still gonna look like shit.
I said, I was doing my phone videos.
Even that's what I was gonna say. Even if you can't even shoot on a phone, dude. How many of these these people, look, no offense to anybody doing TikTok or whatever, but it's like that doesn't require very much talent or skill really for a lot.
I think a little bit.
Some
people on there are very talented.
The dancing, excuse me.
But I'm talking about those little sketches that they do and stuff. And sure, the content is funny, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just like, bro, you couldn't have spent a little extra time on this to try and edit this a little bit better. You know,
some dude, I don't know if you follow Will Smith on TikTok, he has some impressive.
Well, it's Will fucking Smith,
and he's probably paying somebody to do it.
He's been working in the industry since we were babies.
Touche. But yeah, it does take that kind of level to impress.
But like,
I guess
because I always do this is I guess what I'm talking about is like mainly like comics that I know and follow.
Right.
And it's just like I've gotten compliments because they're like, oh, the shit that you put out, dude, it always looks so pro. Looks like you didn't half-ass it and put it, and just throw it out there. Like I'm fucking
snap video and post it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I had this guy tell me that he's just like, I'm sick and fucking tired of seeing these guys. Like it's like, bro, try harder.
Yeah,
try harder.
Just learn a little bit. Like some of the things he's like filmed, like the promos he's done. Like usually I'm the one behind the camera.
Yeah,
and it's last minute, or we're like, oh shit, we thought we were gonna have more time. We have an hour
to
get all this done.
Yeah.
And we go through it. Like I'm not great behind the camera, but I know how a camera works and I know how to do it. And I can make it look okay for everything we got. But it's the minimal. It's minimal.
Yeah.
I don't know what camera I'm using. I just showed up and like we got to start shooting in 10 minutes. Here's a camera. I'm like, all right, I'm doing settings. phones, look around, like, all right, go over here. We're gonna start here, go back there, and just like get it.
And they come out, and then we sit and edit it, and then it comes out the way, just the way I thought it would.
But it's just a little bit of effort. It's not that much. Just dedicate some time into your craft.
To me, it seems like
you get it.
Yeah.
To me, it just always seems like I have to put content out no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, it's having that pressure to, like, I understand that, but it's like, at the same time, if you're just cranking out, tired stuff that doesn't look like you even care about it, it's just like
you can't go backwards. You can't work backwards.
Yeah.
If you're an artist, you know that you can't work backwards.
Learn from the mistakes from that video you did.
Right. It's hard for me, even though I know I can go get a video done on a phone.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to not have my Sony now or
Canon.
I went through state. I had my DJI and then I had my Canon and then I was using my boy Dre. Shout out to my boy Dre, by the way. AM Productions, y'all go follow him too. I did a video for him. He hit me up and was like, "Yo, Sleepy, I love the way you were, man. If I get this equipment, you can use it and can you show me the ropes?" And I was like, "Bro, that's what I'm about." So he started showing up. And he had his A6 400, and I got very accustomed to shooting with that Sony because I upgraded to a Canon. Didn't really like the slow-mo on it, but he was showing up and really putting in work. And then it got to a point where, he started spreading his wings, and then I was able to invest into my own Sony. Now we both have some dope Sonys that we're rocking. Some really high. I mean, we can do weddings now. We can do events now.
Weddings
really
where the money's at.
Right.
Weddings are where
so with two of our type of cameras and our friendship that we developed. And he came in pretty much interned and paid his dues, man. And now he's rocking and making his own videos. And it's dope to see, man, that we're able to put people on. Because I think, like Kobe said it the best, man, like the definition of greatness is to inspire others. Like you want to inspire others by what you're doing. And I think that is the ultimate definition of great. It's not by what you have. Like
I think the only reason why we all work in something creative or the goals or end to have a full career in some kind of creative field is because we were inspired by somebody.
Yeah.
Like don't remember me for what I had in life. Remember me for what I did in life.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it a little negative here though, but also being spiteful is a great motivator too.
Yeah.
When you see somebody and you're like, well, I'm better than that fucking guy.
Yeah. You know what? We remain humble. But I grew up playing sports. I grew up playing football at a high level and baseball.
You're forced to be humble.
So we know, and we were from a city where like we went to school and we grew up with our crosstown rivals, but when it came game time, bro, and when the Cougars and Merced Bears played against each other and that college stadium was packed, you feel me? Like that whistle blew and you weren't the homie no more. We love competition, man. We strive through it. It's like when my back's against the wall, that's when we feel we rise up the most. Like type of cat, like have a paper due and they give us a month, but I'm gonna get a B on it doing it the last 3 days. But yeah, man, that's the Cloud Pusherz way, man. That's how we try to rock.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I tell people all the time. For me doing stand up, though, they're like, "What made you want to do it?" I'm like, mostly I just wanted people to just be like, "Oh damn, I fucked up." Like, like when they see my stupid face on TV.
And it takes some balls to do that. I always make fun me. Me and my fiance are very close. That's my best friend. Yeah, and I always tell her
right.
Too,
Congratulations, by the way. I remember seeing that on
Jenny 2020. That's my girl. That's my girl. Anyway, so I would always make fun that I've always wanted to do stand-up, bro. I've always felt like I wanted to do comedy, and I always approach like you really just got to put your life on the pedestal and not be embarrassed. So you really put your life, like me and her personal situations, like things that you go through that you can relate to other people that that's gonna make them laugh. Like you get with the relationship, and then you go through that progress.
Look,
and it's like damn, now she asked me for help, and when she does it, she's looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? You ain't doing it right. You ain't doing it. Those are funny things. You just got to put it all in the formula.
Here's the thing, though.
And it's funny.
I
love that, man. I condemn you for doing it because I've always wanted to.
It's
on my bucket
frightening. No, even with you, like doing rap, being on stage, like I like being behind the scenes. I like being behind the camera. I'll write shit, I'll direct shit. I like doing that. But like when it comes to being in front of the camera, when it comes to like going on stage and telling jokes or going on stage and rapping and performing your art, it's fucking terrifying. I hate like when I've premiered some.
It's also insane.
When I've like some of the stuff I've done and I've gone to like the premieres or where screenings that we've had of something that has my name on it that I wrote or directed, I'm a fucking mess.
Me
I
too.
keep it together, but I'm just sitting there like, fuck, man, like I don't want people to watch this shit. Like,
man.
And it comes out positive, but it's still just like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
It's just that instant critique from the crowd? Are they laughing?
Yeah.
Are they vibing with me?
But
Are they
that's
rocking with me on stage?
But that's what I like about it.
I'm not a performer.
You get through it.
That's what I like about it.
So either you get through. It's like football. You take your first big hit, and either you get up and get through it, or you walk off the field.
Listen, I played football throughout high school and college. I can perform on the field. I'm not
analogies, Roger.
I know analogies, but I just can't. I can't perform. I can't on stage in front of people.
For me, like when I got on stage and performed for the first time, it was such a rush. That honestly, if I had to say, like my number one passion, it is performing.
Yeah,
like it's not like to write the song, to do the studio. I love being in the
but
studio.
There's nothing like
nothing like performing. Like that was my motivation. You can tell me, hey, Sleepy, I can get you on a crowd in front of 1,000 a night. I'm gonna be nervous, but I'm gonna be so excited about it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna hop on that stage like I never left.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I love to perform.
I commend anyone who can get on stage and do that and rock a crowd in front of a bunch of strangers staring up at you.
Well,
I could do a debate and I could talk. Like if we did this in front of a crowd, I could do it because we're having a conversation. I'm not talking to them.
Right.
But anything where I got people.
We've talked about it before. You always make the sports analogies and stuff, but like there's just no greater feeling than that. It is that, but it's immediate. It's that immediate success, right? That immediate, and like you said, and it's like it's almost like a superpower.
It's a gratification. Like in LA, if you go to Belasco Theater or where I perform or where we perform, if you don't get through, they're not gonna let you get through your set if you slip up.
Oh
that crowd's gonna eat you up.
It's the same as
and I've never been cut from my set.
Yeah.
Put it like that. And to have a rush of complete strangers in LA by the end of your set throwing their hands up and you're able to do the crowd control, there's no other feeling.
Yeah,
there really ain't. And that's when I know I had it, and that's when I knew I was living my dream, regardless of being on the radio or topping the billboards.
Yeah,
you know, like every man's pursuit of happiness is different. So
and it takes a special kind of person in any fucking realm, you know, and music, comedy. I mean, even in like dance and fucking
putting yourself out there,
and theater, but like just putting yourself out there and just understanding that like you're there to put on a show, like and you take it and take it personally too, right? Like you go out there, like you're like, I want these people to have a good time tonight, and I want to have a good time with them.
And it's like most of the time, you know, we got paid for what we did, but nothing to where like the gratification was people coming up to you and saying, "Yo, that was dope."
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Especially performing your own art, you know, that's your shit.
This is my people's beats. This is our production. You know, this is what it is, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kloud Pusherz are gonna get back on it, man. My boy MB, man, like my brother, my best man in my wedding, man. This is gonna be. He really picked me up from a river, man. Like I was out on the ocean, kind of done with the music, man. It kind of took its toll on me, and I did what I did. I performed. I had a big hit. I had features, and you know, I just kind of, you know, like when football player has to hang his cleats, I use IT sports analogies too.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm done with it. You know what I mean? And my boy was like, "Yo, you're not done, bro. You're gonna keep making music, and I only do it with my boys or features or make music with people.
And
it's not a solo thing.
And like, who's to say? Like, there's no fucking laws that you can't be in different things, right?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I mean, there's plenty of people now that are. I mean, but that's the thing.
Plant your seeds, but if you get there, like what your boy did for you, like he was doing the videos and he brought you along, put you under his wing, and you learn now you're doing your thing.
Shout out to Jay and
I think that's important too. Like I remember Spike Lee was talking, and he was talking about how he did Do the Right Thing, his first movie, and he's like, you know, they had a small budget, small crew, and he's like, look, I was the director of the first AD, crafty, like we all wore multiple hats, we're doing it, and he's like. But what the number one thing I did is like after I became a success and I started doing stuff, I brought everybody from the neighborhood with me. Yeah. You know, everyone, I'm gonna get you a job on set. Like I'm gonna help you out and like give back.
Like Nipsey, rest in peace.
Yeah, like Nipsey. What Nipsey was doing, like like it's amazing. And so like I haven't gotten to that level yet, but I know like some of the movies like I've worked on, like I've called them up, like, yo, we got extras this day. They said, you know, I'm like, yo, my boy, he acts like can he come? And they're like, yeah, just tell him to show up this day. It's like information. I know it's extra gig, it's not working on production, but that was $300 in your pocket.
That's right.
You know,
I mean, but you and I mean, I think the three of us are kind of on the same wavelength there, but I feel the same way. Like, you know, in any sense, I mean, like I've done things where it's like, oh, I can't make a gig or something, like I double booked, and then I'll be like, hey, but my homie, he's a really funny guy. Like I'll vouch for him. He can take my spot. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and then
like when I was sending Dre to do shoots too. Like this is a good camera guy, and then I got boys like you know, CM Deluxe. Shout out to CM Deluxe. You know, like videographers, Touch. You know that I look up to. Server Measures. You know that that lend their hand down and still have their line open for me. You know, like CM Deluxe let me shoot on a red cam a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember, saw that.
And that was amazing, you know, for him to be like, yo, and you know, shout out to CM Deluxe for letting me do that, because he was able to. I would really shot that whole video on a red cam.
Yeah,
and that was big for me, and you know, from them I got out of using my stabilizer for everything.
Yeah,
I started realizing that you can use your hands and not have it. So you know, it's still learning from the great, you know, and knowing that there's levels to it, man.
Yeah, you're never, you know, that's like we said, you're never really done. You know, you never, you can't ever just feel like, oh, I figured it out.
Yeah,
you know?
Once you stop learning, you're pretty much digging your own grave.
Keep learning, keep doing things different, and so that self-critique, like, fuck, man, like things I've done, I'm like, I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it. And like, why do you hate it? It's great. And I'm just like, no, I hate it because of X, Y, and Z technical stuff that I should have done differently.
But that was kind of beyond your control at the time, too.
Well, yeah, for under control. Like, a lot of stuff was out of my control.
Man. Yeah, and you know, you grow too. Like, one big turning point in my life is that, you know, doing the right thing, like having big features and doing big shows. There was a chip on my shoulder. You know, you can't help but have a kind of a chip on your shoulder when you're doing everything you're supposed to.
I think at some point you
and
need to.
At some point it feels like, you know, I'm making it because I ain't selling my soul. You know, that's another topic, but it almost feels like that's the situation I got in. Like, I'm not willing to do what I know is necessary to really sell and do this shit. So you know, I took a different turn and I realized that, you know, I made it at that point. You know, I was happy.
I think a lot of things it's I don't consider it arrogance if you're believing in yourself. So
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
because you have to believe in yourself, and fuck it, I might offend some people, but it's like weak motherfuckers who don't believe in themselves, who see someone who's confident in what they're doing, even if you don't rock with it, see that as they're just cocky and arrogant.
And
it's just
and
like,
you
no,
gotta
I believe in myself.
And you gotta also listen to when the signs are being told to you. Like, that turning point also came when my boy Kizo hit that. He was like, yo, Sleepy, there's some of my best friends, man. We grew up doing music since we were youngins, and he was one of my first producers too. And he was like, yo, Sleepy, you're the most positive, negative person I've ever met. and it hit me like the way he told me. Like, I was like, yo, you're right. Like, and ever since then I kept that positive, meditated on it, and got rid of it, and the media production took off. We started the label and really manifestation, man, speaking into existence. It's a real thing.
It's when you it's when you stop worrying about like reasons why you're not getting where you want.
No expectations.
I'm not where I'm at because I'm not shooting on a red. And all the big guys are shooting on a red. It's like, stop it.
Yeah. Actually, what I was going to bring up is that,
not that I don't want to shoot on the red.
I mean,
of course,
love to.
Everyone wants that, but like it's kind of rare too. Well, I don't know if it's because of our generation, but like it seems kind of rare in certain art forms that you get that sense of camaraderie and humbleness. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people, like, I think past our time, you know what I mean, or before our time.
Well, you got to think about music being the most influential form of propaganda, right? And if you listen to what we're listening to today, it's not a really inspiring message that our youth is getting, right? But I was an 88 baby, and my brother was 10 years older than me, so I was listening to Tupac and NWA and you know, E40 when I was able to understand music. So without my brothers, what I'm saying, my generation kind of got stuck in mumble rap, or in a sense. And some of us did get that old school soul in us, you know. So I was able to understand real music and then fun music,
especially for you in the Bay where you're talking about music, like what E40 and like Too Short,
Mac Dre
doing Mac Dre doing the shit on their own, and
that's what inspired us.
Labels.
That's what we grew up on is hyphy music. We grew up on Mac Dre, we grew up on J Diggs and the Crest Creepers, and you know, Jada, you know, like you know, everybody, man, like E40 and Tell Me When Nigga. That was us.
I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe look, I could be wrong, but like Steve and I talked about this before too, is like when you're well educated and like a student of your craft, like I think that's when you're a much better artist. Like and I think a lot of people just kind of they're just
want to give it to them.
I think
they can go to school and just be good at it. You can't just go to film school and be good at it. Like I guarantee you, I'll kill you. You can be fresh out of any film school you want to be, but either you got the vision and you know how to close your eyes and see it
and work with other people,
or you don't, or you just don't.
You know, like, or you're in your own
now if you're somebody with that gift already and you go to school.
Yeah.
Now that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a scary
But
power.
I went to film school.
Right.
Awesome motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
And
so,
I know I'm like this video has been it's my main thing. Like I said, it's what I'm doing. It's my baby. It's everything I'm focused in. I just got back from North Carolina from RTM. Shout out to my boy B Keys. Shout out to my boy B Keys, rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Flew me out to North Carolina. I'm starting to actually, I've always dreamed of traveling for your work. So like dreams come true.
You were just in North Carolina.
They come true, and you got to notice when they're happening and enjoy the journey. And just know, like don't
take it for granted.
Right. Don't let them tell you what success is.
Don't let them tell you what you're worth.
Tell you what you're worth.
But back to what you just said too is working with people is way more important than I think.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's more important than talent.
Yeah.
Sometimes, sometimes.
If you're working with a difficult person, Brad.
Well, I mean, you have to be able, like, I stood close to, like, things could have went either way when I made my investments. I could have either been really, impatient with them.
Yeah.
But I stood by my investment and learned.
Yeah.
Like, instead of like being on the defensive on everything, I was around greatness. So I decided to take it as an internship.
Yes.
And take it. I'm still getting my video shot. I'm still getting what I'm paying for. But at the same time, I'm also being brought into rooms that people would kill to be in.
Right.
So let me take this and that's what it is. It's like never a loss. It's a lesson.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so that's what I'm saying is
you work with people to get through that though. You have to understand that you have to work with others and that things aren't going to always go your way.
Right.
And you can't blow up on every situation because you end up cutting ties and burning bridges rather than making them stronger and utilizing your resources.
Yeah.
Because at the end, when you do that, no one can hate you for being successful. No one can be mad at you. You didn't stab nobody. You didn't have to. You learn. You learn and you adapted and then you applied it to your life.
Yeah.
And you get more props for that. Than trying to take any other way.
And I think like I said, like it's very cool that you guys have been doing this together for so long because I think it takes like a specific type of person and I think it's rare that which is why the three of us, I think, like I said, we're on the same wavelengths here, but to take everything like that like a lesson like you just said, but then also know that your hard work and got you there, right? Like you're like
no one gave you nothing.
Exactly.
Like,
and so it's like a fucking balance of knowing what you're worth and knowing what you're capable of, but also like accepting this as like something that that you need to be humble about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could walk around and be like, yo, I don't want to do a song with you if you don't have over 100,000 views on a video.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, I don't care if you even have one. Like, if you got good music and you can rap, let's create something that can get 1 million views.
Yeah.
But people walk around with that. You go, oh, I got a feature with this person, and I'm not, it's like I'm gonna charge you for a verse. No, it doesn't work like that. And if you think it does, then
I think they're just going to make it to the top. Just off the jump. It's like, no, you got to put in your work. You got to work for free.
Yeah. But and knowing that confidence does get you through the life because you created your own shot.
Yeah.
No one ever did it for you. So you can always make yourself what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like the first movie I worked on, I got on based off a lie.
Oh, no.
I lied because there's no like job. I mean, I found out there's job postings now that you can find like Mandy.com and a lot of those jobs are for film stuff, so I'm struggling trying to get on a set. And the first thing I got on, someone responded was doing locations for this movie. And they're like, we need someone with a car that could fit like 7 people. Did I have one? No, I was driving a Malibu, but my mom had a Durango. So I was just like, yo, I got a car. We could do it.
Works.
And then I pulled up in the Durango. I was like, oh, we thought you had a van. I'm like, nah, it's got a third row.
Extra seat.
And it's not.
You're like, I didn't fucking tell you.
Lying though. That's not like because people.
No,
they would hire me off of my videos. They were hired. So I was starting to book commercials for barbershops.
Yeah.
And I was showing my video. They didn't know it was on a phone.
Yeah, no.
They didn't have to know.
Most people don't know what it comes into video production.
All they want is the end product.
Yeah.
Is it what you said it was gonna be?
Yeah.
Like.
And so the second lie I told.
Unless you ask.
So I just did locations for them, and then I was talking to the first AD because I was driving around, and I was talking about being PA, and like maybe we'll give you a call, and we had a good relationship. Then a couple weeks went by, they started production. I didn't get a call that first week, but the second week they called me. They're like, hey, can you drive a 24-foot truck And I was just like, yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I can. Have I ever driven
Go
one?
on YouTube and learn right now.
No, I drove a U-Haul truck when I was working with Tor for a bit.
I had to
I showed up on set with this big ass 30-foot truck with air brakes, and they're just like, "Yo, can you take it to your house at night and like bring it to set in the morning, and then you could work?" And it's just like, "Yes,
yeah,
I can do it." The scariest fucking drive of my life. Drove out of the hills in like Chino somewhere. Drove to my house, parked it on the street. Woke up in the morning. We shot in Beverly Hills, so we were off Laguna Niguel.
Fuck! So you had to go through it.
So driving through the hills. With that big ass truck, a line of cars behind me. How narrow that is! I'm just like, just get me there. Like, God, just get me
every second.
like, just get me there. I'm gonna work on this movie. Like, fuck it. And then I got on, parked it there, and then I worked on the movie for the next like month.
I mean, that's how I got one of my first. Well, you were talking about, giving a lie for your first fucking
whatever it takes to get on.
That's how I got my first feature at a casino. Like, right? They're like, "Can you do a half hour?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like 2 years in. I probably had 20 solid minutes.
Yeah,
you have to wing some of that.
I'm not
gonna the door. You just open the door for me. Of course, I'm gonna walk through it.
I was like, of course I can. Yeah. I'm like, gig at a casino in Washington. Fuck yeah, I can do a half hour.
Yeah,
and
just trying to come up with something off the.
Bro, I did.
I'm not gonna say no to opportunity.
I did from Las Vegas.
I did like 10 minutes of crowd work that was like shifty, and then like 15 solid minutes, and then my last 8 minutes I was like, here we are.
Yeah.
And then but I got through it.
And you guys married?
Yeah.
It was fucked up because I had to do it sober, stone cold. Normally I just I don't get fucked up before a show, but I'll have like a shot to calm the nerves, and they were like, "Oh, we don't serve talent." I told you about that, right? And I was like, "What?" They're like, "Not you." They're like, "Not until after the show." And I was like, "Okay." Yeah. Well, fuck.
Do you understand what I fucking do?
Yeah. You guys don't know I lied to get here, and I'm nervous as shit.
Excuse me, but fuck you.
I'm about to get eaten alive by a bunch of middle-aged white women.
Man, see, I define that. So I've been told, and I don't know. There's just certain aspects of me where it's like I'm gonna push that envelope.
Yeah.
And
especially someone, if that door opens, like, hey, this door's unlocked. You can walk through it. Do you want to walk through it? Yes, I'll walk through it. I'll figure it out.
We've been told no, and give our security that's around our VIP, because we spend racks on the VIP. Like, mind you, we sell the tickets and make a couple thousand, but we ain't getting sponsored, or we don't have a label paying for our bottles in our VIP. So me and G are throwing that winnings and earnings right back on 3 racks on the night.
Yeah,
because so you can't be doing shows for Wiz and then being in the bar or in the crowd. You gotta be on the VIP stage, and that's what we did to maintain our appearance.
Right.
But we were coming home with a couple hundred, not the 1,000 that we pushed the tickets.
But still, it's a couple hundred you didn't have.
That's part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was telling. So I was like, the secret to my success, if any, is just being like, fuck it. Like, it's just saying yes.
Yeah, that term, you got to fake it till you make it is real. Yeah. You know how scared I was driving that big ass truck with all the fucking production gear in it?
You know what I used to tell people?
And I broke the truck too, and I had to lie back.
Dude, we would do sets and not even get the time to rehearse type stuff. To be doing it on our phone. Like doing it on our phone, trying to make sure everything's good. And granted, I felt like I was always gifted to like, hear a song. I liked it. I can hear it 3 times, know every lyric. Everybody knows me, tells me to shut up when we're in the car writing because I can't play a song I don't know.
Yeah.
So for me, I can write a fucking verse and remember it that same night. But, to perform it and get on stage in front of 1,000 people.
And then fight off those nerves.
Then you find out, okay, this is a little different. It's
shaky. Your brain just goes blank
sometimes.
But
you live and you learn. I feel like if you're a person that learns from his lessons, it's okay to make a mistake.
It's okay to fail.
Just don't make the same mistake twice. That's it.
Learn from the mistake
and learn from other people's too. You ain't got to make it own.
But also don't get comfortable. So that I think that's why that's what
I felt. I think I felt guilty to.
Yeah,
like all my shit is gonna be.
That's what you're talking about. Where you say
you see that you're in Belasco Theater and it's a packed house and you're
people
on stage.
Looking up at me.
You're like, oh, this is
But if you don't get nervous like for shit like that, like
then you don't care.
Yeah, then you don't care.
You get nervous just because you care.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, like sports analogy, like football, I was solid when I played.
Pull up to the visitors' stadium, get in the locker room, start getting them butterflies.
Getting the bubble guts on the bus right there. Once I see the lights, like nervous, like, oh shit, I might fuck up. This guy might beat me. I watched film on him all week. Like, I'm not confident. Yeah. And then that first snap hits, I'm in it. I can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
And then it just like comes back. I'm good.
Yeah.
I know what I can do. Like, I'm fine. Like, I've been here before. Like, he ain't shit.
Yeah.
And then, like, just.
But see, I think sports, like, did you play sports?
I mean, I played baseball, but I never really. I was mostly like a fucking. I was an artsy kid.
But that builds you though, man. Like one team, one common goal. It really does, man.
Yeah.
I owe it a lot to the sports and the camaraderie.
Because you also like with sports, at least for me, for football in high school, I was playing with a lot of guys I wasn't friends with and generally didn't like. But when it came to game time, we're on the field together. Like, you're my brother.
Yeah.
If I see someone like try to cheap shot you, get at you, like I'm gonna be in that motherfucker's face. I got you. Like I'll fight for you. You know, but then like
in the trenches.
school bell on Monday. I'm like, I'm talking to like, you know.
But that makes sense. You know, football is, I mean, it's a whole different animal which is why I never played.
Yeah,
it translated into life well though.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean,
and especially like during practice, we had like one of those hard coaches. Like you make one small mistake
like,
in your ear,
all this like falling down. As an artist, you fall down a lot. Like,
well,
artist, you got to learn how to get up and be stronger.
I did theater, so, which is completely the opposite. But like,
it's still performing.
But still kind of the same. And I also had a fucking psychotic teacher too. So he was. I mean, if you can make the comparison, right? Like he was like a fucking crazy football coach.
Yeah.
So where if we fucked up, he'd be screaming his fucking head off.
Oh, he took it serious.
He took it. I mean, it was wild, man. Like
my least favorite what coaches would do if I fucked up, just shoot films the next day after a game. You're watching films in the morning, and then they just be like, Rogers, why'd you do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh well, I thought because we pay you to think,
and they rewind it and so you can laugh
over
at
and over again.
Yeah.
Just like
I remember our coach. If you look dumb on film, you got that rewound.
Every time. Every time.
So
they had the little system go up.
That's
I don't understand why you would take a step with your left foot and go after the outside.
Look how slow you look. Look how slow you look. It looks like you're running.
Everybody else is up out of their stance, but you're still there. Like, what are you thinking? Like, what are you doing?
Well, that's the kind of shit. Like I said, in any outlet, like that's important, right? Like, there's so many people here strutting around because they've never been humbled. They've never had that humiliation.
Never
that
been knocked
humility.
on their ass in front of 1,000 people.
I mean, in any sense, you know, like or humiliated that way.
So the first time someone just criticizes, not even in a negative way, it was just like, I think we should probably do it differently for X, Y, Z.
Well, why?
And it's like, oh my God, why are you questioning me?
You got some thick skin over here. It takes a lot to hurt my feelings.
Yeah, so it's just like, you can't. Film school kids.
Yeah,
Well,
you know, and then there's like, you know, like I'll bounce jokes off of you.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I'm like, it didn't work.
Yeah, and then sometimes I go, really? And then I'll do it, and then it'll work. And then I'm like, fuck you, bitch.
Like, well, whatever. Like, if it worked, it worked. Like,
well, that's like the studio where when we're making music too. Like, we're throwing ideas. I'll be rapping in the bar, and then now let's do it like this, and it's like, oh, there it is.
Yeah,
mine's come together.
But my whole thing is like, you know, if you think so, and I still kind of feel it, then I'm like, I'm still gonna try it. If it doesn't work, then you were right.
Yeah,
you know,
you got to do what you believe in.
Yeah,
and it just works. Like, I'm not an expert on
to
comedy
a certain extent too, because you got to know when somebody's hating on you and giving you constructive criticism.
Exactly.
Because there is a difference.
There's a huge difference.
You know when somebody is like, it depends who that person is. Too,
that's 100% what it is. I mean, that's what it is. Really, is
like who it's coming from.
My people, like my boy MV pushes me the hardest.
Yeah,
like he'll like to my clients even like, oh, CP, I love that video. I'll show my boy like, hey, we killed this shit. Be like, nah, bro, you're way better than that. I'll be like, really? He pushes me, man.
That's because that's your boy, you know. Like that's different. Like I almost got in a fight with a comic over something one time. Like I did a show.
I want to hear this one.
I did a show after at the Ice House right here in Pasadena, and then after the show, like this dude that wasn't even really my friend. He just was like, he was like a friend of my other, he was a comic.
Got you comfortable.
And he started saying, he was just like. He had been doing it for longer, so he felt that gave him like some sort of fucking seniority. Yeah. And so, by the way, he wasn't even on the show. He was just there. And so we're hanging out at the bar.
Which makes it worse.
So we're hanging out at the bar next door, and he's like, let me ask you something. How do you think you did tonight? And I was like, I think I did all right. I was like, it was a little bit of a battle, but like, I got through it. I did it. It was solid. And then he was like, you think so? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, what? He's like, you should be crushing. Like he's like, how many years are you in? And I was like, just, I was only like 3 years in at that time. And he's like, you don't think you crushed it? And I was like, no, I don't think I'm like, I know the difference between crushing and like doing okay,
Yeah, but sense of reality.
Yeah. So like, I was like, so I think it just went all right, And he's like, no, man, you're going to like, you need to work harder and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. But also like, this was a guy that I would only see around to make critiques. Like he would,
Never
I would
on
never
stage
see him
doing
on stage. I would never see him at the fucking mics. And so,
Just
He's a
Skip Bayless.
sideliner.
so yeah, so I fucking snapped and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, where the?" I'm like, "Who are you?" Like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Do you
Like,
just?" And
give me some credibility.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go ahead
And then
and
I'm like,
care what you say.
I'm like, I don't see you here. I'm like, this is my life, bro. Like, I do this like all day. I'm like, don't you dare sit here and fucking tell me I'm not working hard enough when I do this every fucking night. And
I'm in the clubs on stage. I've never seen
you.
you.
In the paper,
yeah, and I'm like, and I don't see you anywhere.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, he's like, well, I just thought we were, and I was like, oh, I don't need your fucking criticism.
Yeah.
And then he got fucking mad, and he was like, well, we can take this outside if you want. And I was like, I'll whoop your ass in the fucking alley right now. And I was like, that's not going to change the point.
I didn't even change the point.
Yeah.
But it's an option.
Yeah. You're just gonna lose twice.
Jesus, man, I got a contact high from you.
It happens. Bring a pair of lungs if you're smoking with Sue.
It's Kloud Pusherz for a reason.
I am high.
And invite me to your podcast. I'll get you high too.
Yeah.
And they don't even smoke like that.
Yeah, but you're always gonna have the haters. I had some in film school where it was like if I critique someone like not shitting on you, but I saw something in your film that we're watching that you could have did differently, and I said like XYZ, you could have did this differently in a positive way. Like I liked everything you did, but like and story writing and whatnot. And then they would like I would go on, and then they would just shit on it just to shit on it.
Those will always be the people, honestly, that would be you would think closest to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you run into. I mean, it seems like sometimes the people that you would think you helped along or like supported kind of think that they surpassed you in a sense and start giving you that, like I know a little bit more than it's like, man, I've been doing this for a while. I've been trying to show, and then it's like, like there's certain situations.
I think
we're both in the game. Like, why are you hating?
It's like, why all of a sudden you used to like love everything I do, now you hate everything I do.
The problem is you're mad about yourself because you're not where you want to be, so you're not trying to shit on anybody else around you or who you think is below you, so you can feel better about yourself.
But also, they don't want to think that you know better.
Yeah.
So like that fucking like even if you do, and
sometimes I don't think they even do it intentionally.
No.
Yeah. It's just kind of
it's
like
sometimes
that
people
competitiveness.
Are just, yeah, exactly.
But it's like,
but it's arts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
what are we competing over? What are we competing over?
But that's the who you're dealing with part.
Yeah.
It's that other person across the table.
Yeah.
If they have that mindset.
It's like that's why I get so like have you we've been in okay, we're working with Red on our on that promo video we did, and then she was like, how did I do?
Yeah.
And it was like we both wanted to be like fucking terrible. You were the worst.
You were supposed to be my first AD.
And
you were out
like
singing with the fucking extras as we're trying to film.
Like,
we had to tell you to shut the fuck up.
I'm talent and I'm doing your fucking job.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's see, one thing I tell my clients is when you show up on set that day, I just want you to be the best artist you can be.
Yeah.
Take care of everything else.
But like, all I wanted to do was just get rid of her. So like we both just played nice.
She was the worst. She was our first AD. She kept saying
some nice guys.
So we just played.
Oh
my god.
Right?
No, because like we met.
He yelled at her once.
Yeah, I yelled at her. Like,
I yelled at her
once. It has
once.
to take a lot to Rogers to yell at you.
Oh,
I mean, you gotta really.
When I'm on film,
on set, Rogers.
When I'm on set,
on set, Rogers.
He can tell you, like when I get into director mode, like
it's funny. Listening to my playback can be the funniest stuff ever because my voice and like tone is totally. I'm like, damn, I sounded like that. I didn't mean to sound rude or nothing.
Yeah.
I'd be on like, yo, I need you to move. And it's like I hear it in playback.
Yeah.
I'm like,
see, that's what I don't mind. Like anything I shoot on, if I'm like director, like I have.
But it's unintentional.
It's unintentional, but I'll talk to the like caster crew before. I'm like, look, we're doing this. I get in this mode.
Right.
If you have any questions or comments, you can come to me and talk to me about it. But I'm in my mode. Don't take anything personally. If you do get hurt by anything I say, please bring it to me afterwards, and we'll talk about it. It was unintentional, but I get in the mode where I'm directing. We're on a time schedule. We got to get through this shit. Like I'm just, you hear, move. Where the fuck are the lights? Get the lights in.
Yeah.
Where's sound? Like get in here.
Yeah.
Like and just go. And it's not. I'm trying to be a dick because, like you said, it takes a lot to get me mad because I'm pretty like laid back person. But when I'm on set, we're working and I'm directing. It's just like, yo, we gotta go.
But that's what I like about it though. Is when we work on stuff together, it's like he gets in that mode and it gets me. I'm like, okay, work time.
Yeah.
And then it's like all right, I'm not fucking around either.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, because the pilot, I wrote a pilot for like a TV show, and he was in it. And at the end, our editor, she cut some bloopers together, and one of them I yelled at her.
You yelled at me a couple times.
Yeah, I did yell at you a few times because you were the homie, and I knew I could yell at you. I couldn't yell at other talent. But yeah, the other one, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like,
you're like, I'm gonna.
Oh no, I said I'm gonna fucking kill you.
You just took it all day.
Yeah, but it was, we had like a slight argument before that. I don't know if you remember this, but I was like, that's not even how I would say it. You're like, but that's how I fucking wrote it.
Oh yeah.
and then I was like, I'm trying. I was like, what do you want me to do? He's like, I want you to do your fucking job.
Yeah, I'm like, read the goddamn line. Just kept flubbing this line over and over again that I wrote. Yeah,
had a little pushing contest, huh?
Yeah, well, but it was all love afterwards. It wasn't.
I wasn't mad. He was right. I was fucking.
But you know, those arguments build that stronger relationship. Like, I know I can push your envelope, and you can. Yeah, you can.
But I know I could like get harder on him for another actor. I got to be like, all right, let's take it back. Like, let's like, I don't know you, pretty white girl, but like, this is what we're doing. And then like Ryan, like, get the fuck, man, this is take 6. Get this shit. Deal with the goddamn train.
I'm hungry.
Like,
damn it.
Yeah. No, the place we were shooting at, like, it was next to a train station, and so we looked at the schedule. We're like, all right, train stop at 8. We start shooting at 9. Perfect. What the schedule didn't tell us was the freight trains were coming through.
Yeah.
So as we're shooting, we would have to hold for the long ass freight
I was talking
train.
to somebody about that. I was talking to somebody about that, and they were like, "Fuck!" At that point, you should have fucking charged them. You should have given them half the money for that because they didn't fucking tell you about that.
No.
And then you go to those sets hungry.
No, we had food. That's where most of the money went.
That's where most of the money.
Have you ever, man? It's been in situations where you just famished on set. It's just the worst.
Yeah.
It's just the fucking worst.
That's
where your grumpiness comes out.
No, I worked on a movie and I was a PA.
I learned that and started eating and taking my.
No, fuck that. I had to learn the hard way. I was
fueled.
I was working on this movie for MGM, and I was doing a PA, and they were making me go on runs. It was fine. So I'm going on runs, like delivering, going to the production, going to the studio, like dropping shit off, meeting producers. And then it's like around lunchtime. I'm hungry. I got to set at 6 a.m. So I'm fucking hungry. We got tri-tip and barbecue today. We're eating good. So I'm getting excited to eat. And then I'm like, yo, can we talk to you? I'm like, what happened? They're like, the girl in wardrobe, she's vegan. She can't eat any of this. And she didn't tell us until right now. So
oh my God.
We need you to go make a run to go to this vegan place. We're in downtown LA.
Yeah.
You got to go to fucking West Hollywood to this vegan place to go order her lunch and be late. So I'm like, nigga, I'm already hungry as shit. Like, I'm tired. I'm hungry. Now I got to go drive and get this bitch's meal. And then came back and the next day it happened again.
Oh
and
my God.
We told her, like, if you have the menus are posted for lunch in the morning when you get there. If you have a problem, tell us before.
Fucking bitch.
And then the next day it happened again. Like, I'm hungry as shit. I've been going on runs, like moving shit, working with the grips. And then now it's just like, Steve,
see, those are the times. Those are the people on set that don't understand that. Like,
bitch, you work in makeup. You're in a goddamn air conditioned trailer all day.
But like, but don't understand that somebody has to deal with your fuck up. You know, like
we told you yesterday.
Yeah, but that's something we know too. Being on set, dealing with that type of talent.
That's not talent. It wasn't talent. It was the makeup girl.
Oh, the makeup girl.
Yeah.
Well, you know, okay.
Talent was cool as fuck.
That indie.
Let me rewind that thought process. The makeup girl.
It was a makeup girl. That's all I was mad.
Yeah. You know? That indie film I was a grip for.
Yeah.
You could tell they went through like half their budget by the time we were like halfway through shooting.
Yeah.
So it was like,
so they can't afford this vegan.
So they couldn't afford.
It's just one bag of chips for craft to eat, thrown on the table.
They couldn't afford breakfast anymore.
Oh, they couldn't afford breakfast.
They couldn't afford breakfast anymore. So like, I would drive on the set and I'm like, all we got are monsters.
It's like, y'all can share that bagel. Like, take a corner.
Like, what is this shit?
Everybody gets a bite.
Yeah, and then so I'd be starving and I'd be only on Monster energy drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Back to that, yeah. Don't be going to work famished.
Yeah. Eat before you go.
Before you go.
Especially if you're not working on like a big production. Eat before you go.
How you guys doing on your show? Let me interview you guys real quick.
Yeah, I know we haven't seen each other in a while.
I know. How you been? What's new with you?
You go for it. I'll take a piss real quick.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
well, why you do that? Let's just show them one of the music videos.
No, go ahead.
We'll pull it up when he comes back. We'll pull up the music videos and stuff.
Oh, we can play a video.
But
I don't know. What do you want to do?
No, we can do whatever.
We can do whatever.
You want to play a video?
Toss a coin,
go pee and then we'll play the videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for me, since the last time, like we hung out, like I had a falling out with Kevin, and then I stopped going to the cave, and so I hadn't seen really any of those guys for a very long time outside of Tor. Me and Tor like having contact.
Yeah.
So after that, that's when I said I lied about getting on that movie. And it was like this Chinese film I worked on. And so I started working in the industry,
right?
Doing PA work, for AD work. And so I was doing that for a while, but the jobs were very inconsistent. And so I get on a movie. I'm working for 6 weeks. This is great, getting my day rate. And then that 6 weeks would end, and then it's like, fuck, I got nothing. And then be like maybe a month or two before like one of my connections would like hit me up, like, yeah, we got this job. Can you be a second on this film? And like, I'm there, and that'd work. And so the inconsistency made me like go back and get a day job like a year ago, 2 years ago, not a little over, like about 18 months ago. Started going working day jobs again, doing account management and sales. But like through that, I've been doing like independent stuff, like with him, like with the travel store pilot or the travel show pilot, my own pilot, other little like sketches and promos and things we've done. And so it's just been that. And if Corona didn't happen, I had it set up. We were going to shoot the short film that I wrote about it was called The Elote Man, and it was about a crime-fighting elote man from East LA.
That would have been popping with everything that was going on.
And that's why I wrote it, because Elote Man was going to be fighting ICE agents, not like criminals in the neighborhood.
As funny as it sounds, I know the script must be intense. I know.
No,
it's supposed to be silly.
Think about
it's a comedy.
Who
would be your lead role?
So he was going to be.
If you had the budget, if you had anyone.
If I had the budget.
If you had the budget.
I'm out.
Yeah, because we didn't have a budget.
That was a real moment right now. I was like, how true homies are we?
Yeah. No, you'd be my AD. Like I'd still have you there, but if I had the budget and I could get an actual cast.
No, I'm saying, this hypothetically speaking, if you had the budget,
man,
and you had the millions and trillions, who would you?
So there's two main characters. There's two main characters. Elote Man. If I had the money, it'd be Danny Trejo. But you wouldn't know it was Danny Trejo until the end of the short film.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where he takes off his bandana, and it's like, oh shit, it's Machete. But the leads, if I could think of anything, because there's one Mexican guy, one black guy, it would have been Lakeith Stanfield for the black dude.
Kevin Hart.
Fuck. I don't have
it's
anything.
A comedy, right?
Yeah, I don't have any qualms against. No, Lakeith Stanfield. He was in Get Out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and
you say Get Out.
Yeah, Get Out. Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
So it would have been Lakeith Stanfield, and for the lead, I haven't really thought about it because I'm like, I don't have money, I'm broke, I'm doing this on my own. So it's gonna be Ryan and this other homie I met that I was first AD on his web show.
Well, so speaking into existence, bro.
So Lakeith Stanfield.
It's all right. You can just put me as an ICE agent. I'll be all right with that.
And
you'll be getting paid though. How much did you charge?
Yeah. Who am I thinking?
Well, at that point, he's gonna have to pay my SAG.
Yeah. No, you'll get paid.
See, but he wins, everyone wins.
Even if you were an ICE agent, you're my boy. You'd be getting paid a lot more than the other ICE agents.
You'd be like, wait. Yeah. Don't tell them other.
Don't say shit. Yeah. We don't talk about the salary. It's unprofessional. But lead. I mean, I don't know. It would have to be like my go-to right now would be, and I can't think of his name. Fucking Mandarin, the Mandalorian.
I don't know that dude's name.
I know his name, but I just drew a blank.
Short-term memory loss.
Yeah, I know.
See, we're all getting high.
Pedro, like a young Pedro Pascal. That's who plays Mandalorian. A young Pedro Pascal. I think he would be good. That or even I can't think of his goddamn name either. Pena. His last name is Pena.
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena.
Oh, yeah.
Like a younger Michael Pena.
Yeah.
In affiliate. So like Keith Stanfield, Michael Pena, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
And then like Machete as the Elote Man.
What about we gotta get
and then who would be your rap feature, your rap superstar that you have to have?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Let's go.
What the fuck, man?
It's the intro. It's an intro.
Oh man,
you know?
I'm coming here.
Look, funny. Now hold on, Sleep. To be completely honest, I found your when you did that song, I don't remember the name of the song that you did with Nefta Pharaoh when you shot the video. That first one. I remember I bought the you had cards for like downloads of it.
Oh,
you bought the card and you signed it. Yeah, I found that the other day.
Oh, that's dope.
Like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh shit! Like I remember this.
Want to know a funny story behind that card?
Yeah,
I told anybody who has that. Yeah. Anybody who has that card signed, no matter how big I get, which I plan on.
I remember this.
Going big. You with that card, you're gonna be able to walk through any stadium I'm at. If I'm at the Staples Center, I'm telling security. If they have that card and it's signed, you let them in.
Yeah. I remember cool. I bought it. Yeah, I bought it from you, and it's in my nightstand. because I found it when I first moved. Yeah, because I kept it because I'm like, yeah, it's real. Speaking into existence, like you said, like it's a homie. He's doing his thing. Like,
yeah,
not hating at all. But I remember found him like, oh, it's funny. We're having him on too. Like that's why I called you. That's why I DM'd you. So when I found that when I was just like cleaning up the room, like, oh fuck, that's dope. And then I was like, oh shit, like I already hit up Al about all gas. I'm like, let me hit up Sleep. I'm like, oh,
consistency. It plays back to like that was a long time ago.
That was years ago.
I'm sure if you would have looked at it and what I'm doing now, and I didn't keep the consistency of progressing, there'll be nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
And it just would have been a disappearance. I would have turned back to my own name, and it's our podcast consistency. Look what you're doing now. Look what I'm doing now. Let's bring it back together.
And so our podcast doesn't have a theme, but like one of the things me and Ryan really appreciate about anybody is anyone who's just doing it, not even just on their own, but just doing it, following their dreams and just doing it,
just working.
Yeah, not waiting for people to hand it to them, just working. That's why I reach out to Al for All Gas No Breaks, because I'm like, that's what we love.
That is maybe that's the theme of the podcast.
Yeah.
And then that goes back to like me and him. We're hanging out watching football last Sunday, and he brought his dog over and stuff.
I met his dog. He was barking.
So and my dog was there, and they're chilling all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're he's talking about his dream, I'm talking about mine, and all we do is find ways to bring them together, and make it make sense for everybody.
Yeah,
and why not? And
it's
like
so easily done.
And like I said, then why not like help each other out? It's like it's like what can I do for you?
I'll be shooting some of his videos soon. You'll be seeing some All Gas No Breaks commercials done by Pusherz Media.
Yeah, I would love to work on it.
Right.
I haven't worked, like I told you, you walked away. I told you, like I had to get a day job, start doing that. I haven't worked a real production on stuff we've done in a bit.
Y'all need an actor.
I need lighting, man.
Y'all need an actor.
I know a lighter. I know a guy.
I know my boy Waylon. He does big sets. He's just so busy, and he's
that's what's tough. It's
let me hit this guy,
man. So I need somebody that can.
The guy I know,
lighting skills.
No, the guy I know. He worked on this web series. I worked with him on. And he's his own guy. He has his whole full kit. He bought everything, like all his lights, LED lights, light panels, big cans, all that. He knows his shit. And so I know if I hit up the guy I did that with, he'll get me in contact with him. And then, I know he'll bring it on. Like, he does a lot of independent stuff.
That'll be dope, bro.
Yeah. Because, like, when we were going to do a Low Man before Corona, like that was going to be my lighting guy. Him and this other guy I met who does sound. And then I was looking for a camera guy.
Right. Because, I charge what I charge, but I always throw business any way I can. So the lighting guy, I don't pay for it. I get the client too, so
of course they're paying you for the video. So like
so that's what I mean. I'm here to make business with all the people around who can help my production better. So if the lighting man can make my production better, I can charge more for videos.
Look,
it goes levels to it.
Lighting and sound is the most important thing on any kind of like film set, music video, whatever. I mean, you sound for music, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
those are key. If you don't got that, like you're struggling, and people are gonna notice.
Yeah,
it's like you're gonna take the time to go into a studio and re-record everything with the screen up.
Yeah,
like memorize every tone and line and pitch. Like that's so much work.
Yeah.
And people try to do that. They don't get the proper mics for the cameras, and then they go, "Oh no, we're gonna record it in the studio.
We'll get it in post." Fuck no, get it right now.
This ain't a cartoon. This ain't an animated.
Yeah, I hate that term. We'll get it in post. Fuck no, we'll get it right now.
Yeah,
and then we'll get post little changes if we notice
just
fuck
be some
ups.
Color grading, transitions, some effects.
That's it. That's it. Not let's fuck around. Now I gotta hire a sound engineer to fuck up to fix the sound.
You want everything as organic as possible.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I was thinking maybe we'll just end on a music video.
Let's play. Yeah.
So and shout out to Hip Hop Weekly.
Yeah.
For putting Shoot Me in the video.
Yeah, you shot the video and it got some recognition.
So I wanted to shout out to my homegirl Kira for getting us some recognition out there. That's pretty dope. It's always dope when you get recognition for your work.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Pusherz Media. Shout out to all my boys and everybody who's been rocking with us, man. KP fam is a real thing, man. So tap in at Pusherz, at Pusherz_media, at Sleepy Trees. And you can find all my boys there too. Thank you guys for having me.
All right,
I'm glad you had on. You want to set up this video?
Yeah, you want to set up this video?
Yeah.
The Shoot Me, right?
No, I mean just tell us about it. I'll throw it on.
Okay, let me go ahead and show you guys some of my Kloud Pusherz stuff. You guys want to type in my solo stuff, just Sleepy Trees on YouTube. But go ahead and type in Kloud Pusherz on YouTube, and we'll play
Shoot Me.
Anyway.
Yeah.
No, we'll play one of my songs.
Well, that's the one I have queued up.
No, play Anyway. Let's look it up real quick.
Okay.
Let's play Anyway, man. Produced by my boy Kizo. Hit that.
Let's do that. Anyway. Yeah.
Probably right there. There you go.
This one here?
Yep. Y'all enjoy.
All right.
But get it anyway.
Oh shit. Well, I gotta take this one off. See, there's so much I gotta do here.
This is money.
No, we got an intern.
We got an intern next week, so that's gonna it's gonna change
all this off
a lot of things.
So things run a little bit smoother.
But thank you so much for coming on, man. This is a lot of fun.
I appreciate being on here anytime.
Yeah, no.
If you guys ever want my team to come out here too, just let me know.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, any of you guys, we'll talk after air. We'll set some stuff up.
Y'all enjoy that.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on, man.
I'm in the field making plays, trapping every day. Gotta get this money, I'ma get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. Get it anyway. Get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. I'm in the field making plays, trapping every day. Gotta get this money, I'ma get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. Get it anyway. Get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. I'ma get it all every day, every type of way. Now hold on, little baby, but you still gotta pay a pretty penny for every ounce of pound you weigh. If you don't like it, you can figure out another way. It's money, I'ma holler, palm trees and drop top Impalas and signing unless there's commas, no drama. That's for your mama. I don't lose sleep at night. I'm booking and taking flights, Bahamas a couple nights. I'm focused and living right. I'm setting plays in the field on the daily. Win after win, I'm feeling like I'm Tom Brady. See me in the clutch with the ball, better pay me. And any of you suckers sideline that couldn't play me. I'm in the field making plays, trapping every day. Gotta get this money, I'ma get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. Get it anyway. Get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. I'm in the field making plays, trapping every day. Gotta get this money, I'ma get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. Get it anyway. Get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. They wanna be us now. Tell that they under the bus down. Competition is feeling the rush now. My feelings don't give no fucks now. Y'all acting like some punks. I'm eating up like it's lunch. Y'all pussies keep talking brunch. Y'all better off giving up. Y'all better off giving up. Y'all might as well just tap out. I'm out working the mothers is popping off at the mouth. I've really been in the game for 10 years and some change. I'm really about it. Ain't nothing really changed. God we trust, get money and double up. Like chefs, I be cutting up. This talent, this ain't no luck. If Kizo just made the beat, you know I'ma bring the heat. Knock the socks off her pussy while they beat. I'm in the field making plays, trapping every day. Gotta get this money, I'ma get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. Get it anyway. Get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. I'm in the field making plays, trapping every day. Gotta get this money, I'ma get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. Get it anyway. Get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. I'm in the field making plays, trapping every day. Gotta get this money, I'ma get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. Get it anyway. Get it anyway. I'ma get it anyway. FamCast Media. Bitch.